And so Frank's heard one of these stories. Actually, Frank is the one who told me about the last story we're going to tell today, which is a really good one. But I'm going to tell a couple of other stories, and I'm going to kind of go back and forth with Frank here and see if we can figure out what happened before we read the conclusions of the actual investigation that happened. So the first story I want to tell you today, Frank, it's called "The Ghost in the Printer." So in
Oh,
2000, yeah, this is a good one. In 2009, employees in an office in Portland, Oregon, began reporting that their network printers were possessed. After hours, when the lights went off, the building was empty. The printers would suddenly awaken, whirring to life, spitting out pages covered in garbled hieroglyphics and code-like symbols. Some staff joked that it was a ghost of a former employee still trying to meet deadlines. Others actually avoided the office entirely after dark. So, what do you think is going on here? Just
well, this is a
real
fun one
quick.
because I've got another case study that applies to this. And I hope it's not the same thing and I'm just misunderstanding. There was an instance, and I want to say it was in the early 2000s, where Anonymous decided to take on Scientology, the Church of Scientology. And how they did this was by hacking all of their printers and printing all their black ink out of the toners so they couldn't print anything. And if that isn't the most, rascal kind of thing that I
Yeah.
can think of doing against an organization, then I don't know what is. But that's the closest I've got. Were they Scientologists?
No, so this didn't have anything to do with this wasn't a hack necessarily. It was
Ooh,
just kind of an example of systems misbehaving because it was on the same site network segment as another system. And so what they found out when the IT department went in and started investigating this, they found out that it was actually the Wake on LAN traffic that was being kicked off by broadcast packets. So printers with
no.
network cards, especially HP Office jets I'm sorry, Jet Direct models from the mid 2000s were pretty notorious for this. When networking devices send broadcast packets, some printers interpret them as wake up or print signals. And then if a packet is malformed, the printer would output the raw PCL data instead of the text. So that's where those kind of like weird symbols came from. And, the funny thing about this is on I run our penetration testing team as well as our vulnerability management team. We still deal with this today.